Hello, how are you guys? Hello, guys. Good morning. Good morning, Zoom. Good morning, YouTube. Let me update my Zoom fellows so they can come online. Let me update everybody. Let me update everybody. Good morning, guys. It's another day, another trading day, another trading day. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Another trading day for y'all. We about to make this money. We about to make this money. Make this money. Oh, na na na. Ooh, yeah. Oh, na na na. I'm about to tell everybody we are live. We are live. We are live this morning. We are live. Ooh, yeah. This month, this is my first stream for the morning. So you guys are gonna be seeing me here Monday to Friday, same time, 7 a.m. Frankfurt time, kind of like pre-London session. You guys are gonna be seeing me here every single day. Every single day, you guys are gonna be seeing me right here on YouTube. So yeah, we about to get started. We about to get started right now. We are about to get started. Give me a sec. Why is it so hard? I'm trying to get to my Zoom, guys. Uh, I want to see. Can you guys hear me clearly? If not, let me see. Let me try to check this. Give me one sec.
Pairing. Pairing. Connected.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure you finish right. So, so let's go. Let's dive into the chart this morning. I already dropped a message for my Zoom. Um, Let me also drop a message to the channel that we are live. That's loud. Sorry about that. So, this morning, what are we looking at this morning? What are we looking at this morning? Let us see what we are looking at this morning. If we go to the daily time frame, we are still in this kind of like a bullish scenario. We are in this bullish scenario right here. So, ancient session, as we all know, ancient session has bought. We bought during ancient session, but there's still couple lows that we can test in order for us to get the actual movement. So these are my lows right here. Why this is my highs. So I am hoping I get a momentum. I get like a second momentum back to test this low in order to get to the upward direction. Okay, so I'm hoping the market gives me some type of a retest. I'm hoping the market gives me some type of retest in order for me to go, you know, in order for me to go up. Okay, so I'm going to be trading that retest this morning. I'm going to be trading that retest this morning. Okay. So, because as you can see, during the Asian session, we've broken this zone right here. This happened during the Asian session. So all this move. Good morning.
What's your screen?
Oh, you can see my screen. Give me a sec. We are also live on YouTube also. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but you guys here on Zoom, you guys gonna get it faster because YouTube lags. I think YouTube lags like maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So um,
Okay.
but yeah, are you seeing it now?
Um, yes, it starts to pop up. Yes.
Okay, good. So how was the weekend?
It was good.
Uh,
Good.
good, good, good. We are just trying to like I was just explaining. I said we've had this distribution during Asian session. You know, and we've had a distribution during Asian session, and we are above the eyes. We are above the eyes of the session right now. I get me. We are above the eyes of that session, and I think the lows is around somewhere. Let me see. The lows is around somewhere around here of the session is around here, so we can take our trades from the session highs probably to the mid of the session. So somewhere around here, and so we just need some kind of like we need some type of a confirmation around these highs to give us a perfect sell. This yellow is too deep. I need to. It's crazy. Majority of the move these days has been on Asian session, and for some reason, I guess it's because of how strong the yen is right now. So majority of the move has been coming on Asian session. So, but whatever we can get during the London session, we're gonna take it. You know, we take anything the London session can give to us, and we use that to buy. What's it called? So I'm gonna be waiting for this candle right here to see if I can get a entry. I need this candle close right here to see if I can get a good entry. And I just need to wait for that candle close, and I'll target 1 to 2. But that candle close is what I need. I need that candle close. I need that candle close. I need that candle close around there, and I'll be looking for 1 to 2 this morning. It looks like it's pushing pretty nice. It's pushing really, really nice. So just be on your alert on your phone, set your pending orders, and soon as that candle gets engulfed, we're going.
You place yourself.
No, 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 not yet. I'm waiting for this candle right here to kind of elapse. So I might be placing it around. I might be placing it right around now. I'm just calculating this my stop loss and area. Okay, let's go to the 5 minutes. Let's see, because we've had a candle closure. We just need to see another type of. We just need to see another type of confirmation. We've seen the one. We've seen the 15 minutes engulfing around there, but we need something else. We need something else to kind of like give us another. Okay, so that's the 1 minute closure right there. Now we can enter. Set your stops above. Set your stop above right there, and we can target 1 to 2 around here. And we can target 1 to 2 right there. So that's pretty much it for this morning. Hopefully we get a good push all the way down. We need a good push. We need a good push all the way down here. Oh, nice, nice, nice. That's what we're talking about. Nice push, nice push, nice push. Good one, good one, good one. Good one. Like I said, set TP around. TP should be around. What is that gonna be? TP should be 151. 15132. And that should be like the first TP. Our overall TP can go as far as overall TP can go as far as this low right here. But we'll take whatever the market can give us with this momentum right now. So while that goes, let us while that is working on his joint, we'll come back to that. I was gonna say we'll talk about what was I even gonna talk about? Risk on and risk off market. Risk on and risk off market. Today we are going to be finding out what is a risk on and what is a risk on and what is a risk off market. What is the difference? I know sometimes if you are hearing the news, you be hearing something about risk off, I mean, and you be hearing about risk on, right? Are you there?
Yeah.
So um, it's just kind of like a sentiment they use, like the market analysis use to kind of tell what kind of what area of the market they're in. For example, risk on and risk off. So when they are talking about risk on, it means that's when majority of the assets. So what some of these hedge funds does is, well, when you give the hedge fund manager your money, the hedge fund manager has different type of assets on under his portfolio. Okay, so your hedge fund manager might have he might have let's say the biggest of one is they might have NAS 100 on their portfolio. They might have let's say they have Tesla stocks, like they might have Tesla, they might have which what okay, they might have Nvidia, they might have some lot of stocks under their portfolio. They might have even property stocks, they might have like land, they might have crypto, they might have a bunch of assets under their portfolio. So the more this asset goes in value, the more the pool of money that you give that is within the hedge fund, the pool of money they have, it generates more money. Okay, so now if you give them, let's say you give the hedge fund, you give them maybe like $100, so they promise you 10 or 20% at the end of the year. So their $100 goes to everything they invest their money on. So they might have, so now they might have maybe, because the NAS 100 is one of the stable market, they might have maybe 60% of their portfolio on NAS, on United States technology. They might have maybe like 2% of their portfolio on Tesla stock, Nvidia. They might have maybe like another 10%. So all these things goes at the end of the day goes to profitability. So now when they now talk about risk on and risk off, there are some assets that are very risky, while there are some assets that are less risky. Like risky assets are like maybe like your crypto. Crypto is a very risky asset. What's it called? It's a very risky assets that has high liquidity, that can go up and down within, and nobody knows where it's going, or nobody knows where it's coming. Those are very risky assets. But like your bonds, United States bonds, or 10-year yield, those are the, bonds is a very, although its yield is very small, but it's a low risk. So that means you can put your money there and forget about it, and you know that your money, nothing is going to happen to your money. So those are less risky markets. Then we also have the safe havens. The safe havens are places where the investors like to put their money in case of when there is turmoil, when there is uncertainty happening in the market. So let's say when when there's war, or when nobody knows what is going to happen. If some hedge fund manager, they like to hedge their assets, to put it in safe havens, to put it in places where they know that, okay, nothing will, even if the world is going to get destroyed right now, this value of this asset is still going to be what? It's still going to be remain the same. So those kind of assets, they are like gold, because gold forever time, gold has been what? Gold has been a market where, no matter what happened, gold is still going to have what? It's still going to have value. So like a lot of people like to put their money on gold. I get me. So that is why we see markets like that. So now, so when there's risk in the market, are you getting me? When there's risk in the market, investors are putting their money on normal assets, maybe like your dollar, like your Australian pound, like your NAS, like your NZZ, which is the Netherlands currency. Those are markets that, when there's risk in the market, people are just investing normal. I get me. When there's risk in the market, people are investing what they should be investing. Like normal person is just, okay, you know what? I'm buying 1,000 Tesla stock today. So when there's risk in the market, it means the normal risk you are taking is being applied in the market. Are you getting me? So now, as of last year, now there was risk in the market. Everybody was had money on the dollar. The economy was booming. You know what I'm saying? So now, we are in a period now that we call risk off. I get me. So now, as the reason why there's risk off now is because of Donald Trump. So Donald Trump can wake up today now, say one thing. Donald Trump can decide to say this. So now you've seen a lot of the assets are going away from the risky market to the less risky market, which are the safe havens, which is the gold. That's why you see gold. Gold has been buying forever because there's so many turmoils going in the world right now. Nobody knows what can happen tomorrow. Nobody, but everybody knows that at the end of the day, if they put their money in gold, if they put their money on safe havens like on the Swiss francs, I don't if you know Swiss francs is Switzerland. That's where a lot of people, all these rich people, put their money because that's the safe. Those that country like that, they are not against any political opinion, so they remain they remain neutral. So that's why you see a lot of people when you see people have money in Swiss franc, he has an offshore account in the Swiss account. When you hear Swiss account, people have their money offshore accounts too because they know that nothing will ever happen where because those kind of country they don't have political bias. They remain plain. They remain what's it called? They remain central. So that's why when there's risk off, a lot of people would put their money on in safe haven assets. Safe haven asset can be so we have so when there's risk on in the market, it means normal trading is going on. Everybody are investing on their normal assets. But when there's risk off, it means what? It means people are removing their money out of the risky market and putting it in what? In the less risky market or in the safe havens. So that's just pretty much what risk on and risk off means. Okay, so examples, the major examples of risk. Give me a sec. So examples of risky market. When there's risk in the market, we have risk on. We have our for forex. So we have majority of those pairs are like commodity pairs, which are like the Australian dollar, and we have the NZZ also. You see most of so when there's risk in the market in forex, you see most of these pairs they are shooting up because these two countries right here their main source of income is exportation, so they deal with commodities. Australia deals with a lot of commodities. So when there's risk in the market, investors put their money in some of these assets because in order for them to yield what's it called gains. While when there's risk off, you see commodities like when there's risk off, you see commodities like the JPYs and the chef pays. You see commodities like that, you see them booming because these are the JPY and the chef are a very very strong haven. I get me. There are places where people like to invest their money when there's risk off. So right now we are in a risk off situation because of the turmoil between China, between United States, so uncertainty, with Trump and everything. So a lot of investors right now are leaving their money, are leaning towards the JPY and the chef currency because it's more safe over there. So that's why we see the chef and the JPY and gold also. Sorry to say, even and gold. That's why you've been seeing them in the bullish direction. So that means anything that is paired with USD JPY, anything paired with the JPY right now, it will be going down. Why anything with the chef right now will be going down also because anything paired with them, except if chef is the base currency. I think there's only two currency where chef is the base currency. I think it's chef JPY and chef one other currency like that. But majority of the time, these are like gold currency. So you'll be seeing them going down in value, which means in the other words, it means they are stronger. I get me. In other words, it means they are stronger. Why when there's risk on in the market, you see majority of these pairs, you know, you see majority of these pairs go up in value. You can see also the euro. The reason why majority of the euro pairs is going up is just basically because based on what is happening right now, the euro has started reducing their interest rate. They've reduced their interest rate. They are including a lot of policies that is for a longer time period of a longer time is going to make their economy a little bit better and all that. So while the United States is setting off on the other part, instead of the United States is increasing tariffs, even though tariffs is for a longer time, it's going to make it's going to make like those factories or those companies to come to United States. But as of right now, it's hurting the American consumers. American consumers are paying more for goods that are being imported to the country, because at the end of the day, it's not those factories in China that is going to pay for that is going to pay for the tariffs. It's when the instrument or the items comes to the United States, then they charge the tariffs on it. So by the time it comes to the consumer will be paying times two or times three of what it's supposed to pay for. Are you getting me? So that's why as of right now the tariffs is going to be hurting the American consumers. It's going to be hurting the American consumers for for a short period of time before they can either get another solution whereby they either reduce the tariffs. Those companies that they want them to come to America start producing more in America. So for a longer time, it's ish good, but for a short period of time, Americans is going to like pay for it because, or it's going a lot of things is going to be expensive. Things that are being imported, not things that are being made in America. If it's stuff that are being made in America is going to be cheap as hell, but the ones that are being imported, are just going to be the ones that are going to be expensive. And I don't, to be honest with you, to the way I know it, pretty much 50% of what America consume is being imported. I'm sorry to say 50 or 40%. No, I think it's even greater than that. I think it's even 60% now that what American consume is being imported. So that is why you're going to be seeing, for right now, the United States markets might be looking at some type of they might need some type of relief in order for them to get a better deal when it comes to their economy. So that is a just a brief explanation for risk on and risk off. So we are in a risk off scenario right now. So majority of the investors get their money on share, gold, JPY pairs, and also the stocks is also going down. As you can see, the stock has been going down. I was expecting NAS to start shooting up, but for some reason, now this is what I hate here. I don't like when there's this accumulation right here. But hopefully we get a good push. So there's NAS 100. Okay, I guess it's respecting that zone. Okay, that looks good. It's respecting this zone that I was opening to respect. But as you can see, NAS has been shooting down for the longest of the longest for the past weeks now. So that's also a more of a risk off scenario, whereby when we have when there's a risk of investors tend to move their they tend to move their money and kind of put it in other stocks that are more safer. Okay, and gold, for example, is also another safe haven. As you can see, gold. XCX This is sitting at the all-time high. All-time high. Imagine, this was from what was it? Is it a couple days ago or from Friday? And this just shot up. See how massive it bought. Massive, 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 very, very massive. And yeah, see why I said sometimes a 4 hour break of structure will be very, very important sometimes. See this 4 hour break of structure. It was so painful that I didn't see those type of stuff like this. This would have been a huge one. Sitting on top of right here, and just look at that sweet push. But does this mean this cannot retest? There's always an entry. There's always an entry for everything. But I'm not kind of like focused on gold right now. To be honest with you, gold, Bitcoin, and all those pairs. I'm trying to like stay away from them because if one thing is once you find a pair that respects your idealism. Once you find a pair that respects your idealism in life, just marry that pair. You know what I'm saying? It's just like having a girlfriend or a wife or an husband. When you see an husband that will take your, this is why my mom says, they say marry somebody that will take your book crap pretty much. Because once you marry somebody that even though you are in the bathroom will come and smell your poop and say, that smells good, and compared to somebody that you marry and cannot even you will be in the bathroom, you say, you start making fun of you because you are in the bathroom, you can't even smell your poop. So they'll say marry somebody that will just be able to take who can so marry somebody that can take your good and your bad. So that's why I just stick to my Europeans. I stick to because no matter what, even though Europeans are, even though we fight and whatever, I will still get what I'm looking for. Are you getting me? So that gold is a very sexy girl. I see gold as a very sexy girl that you need to appeal. You need if gold was a girl, gold is like you need to sell your own in life investment for gold to marry you. That's how I see gold. And it's not like I can't trade it. I'll analyze it a lot of time, but I just don't pay attention to it. So, but the ones that I pay attention to, they are like more of the Europeans, and anytime I see what I'm looking for, we get along very well. And if I cheat on my Europeans, by the time I come back, you say, you see, you went somewhere else, you have taken a loss, welcome back, and you still, take me back. So that's one thing with Forex. It's just one thing with Forex in that I've learned in this couple years is one thing is consistency. Just looking for one thing that that it's even though it's not 100, there's nothing 100% guarantee. It's just being able to be consistent. Like, what, this exact thing, this exact model is what I'm looking for every single time that I come to the market. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, for example, now for the last years, majority of everybody will always see something like this in my setup. You will always see something like this in my setup. You always see where price has taken a one leg for the last maybe 1 year or maybe one consecutive year. Now you always see me having something that has to do with a leg higher than this. At first, I didn't really know how it works, but just because of I've been in the market for so long, I've seen, I said, okay, you know what, whenever there's a leg that is being created like this goes far compared to whenever there's a leg that goes something like this. And with time and consistency, whenever there's a leg like this actually doesn't go far. So with time, I get to realize, with more study, because I stood consistency with this, and with more time, I was able to finalize, okay, why does this leg not go far? Why doesn't this leg go far? Then I get to know something they call inducement, where majority of the time when you see something like this, it's just market waiting to sweep the lows below, waiting to sweep this low right here below. In other words, in order to continue it buys, you know, in order to continue its buy like this. But I stood with this. If you notice, even you, I've stood with this for so long. I just kept studying more about it. Went to SMC, went to ICT, just to give me more definition of why this goes further and why it doesn't go further. Then then I get to know that majority of the time when this happens right here, it's just going to be more of a change of structure. Market will come back here and do what, and keep going in its direction. So just sticking to one thing and just expand or oh Lord, don't let my English be broken this morning. Just expanding on them, it really helps, going to the same thing over and over and over. And if it's trend line, I have somebody that trades trend line, and if trend line you trade, with time you get to know, okay, you get to know how the prices moves around those trend line, how the prices moves. Once it breaks it still comes back to that trend line to retest. So you can use anything in this market to trade. You can use everything works. Everything. There's no strategy that doesn't work. Even if it's indicators. Everything works. It's just about your consistency, your patience, and the long time. Because there will be times where market will take money from you. Market will swipe all your accounts. You'll be broke down to 0.005. Some of you in United States, now you are in United States. At the end of the day, if I'm in the United States, even if I'm broke, I'll just go to the shelter. They will give me food. But here in Nigeria, if you are broke in Nigeria, nobody will give you food. Or even if you go to where they are sharing this, nobody will. But in United States, if you are broke, you just wear homeless shirts, wear all those hoodie. Wear the hoodie, put on your cap, go to homeless shelter. There's always, like, in every city, when I was in Atlanta, there was in every city, there's always, in every particular city, like in Marietta now, there's like maybe 5 homeless shelter. Then you go to Smyrna, then when you go to the Atlanta itself, like the downtown Atlanta, there's also like 3, 4, 5 shelters. So it's like that in every city. So there's no way you can be hungry in United States. There's no way you can be hungry. Even if you are hungry, if you are shy, you can still apply for what's it called? You can apply for unemployment and what if they will give. Yeah, there's no way you can be. If you maximum you are hungry, go to the shelter. Just give them your number and tell them, I'm hungry, I'm not eating. Or just tell them how to kill myself. They don't even want to hear that. Just tell them, I'm hungry, I'm gonna kill myself. Before you say you are going to what, they will call the psychiatric. They will force feed you right there. Make sure you are good. But here in Nigeria, if you say you are hungry, you want to kill yourself, they will tell you, my Yoruba people, I cook like that. Oh, they're paraing. They will even give you they will even be the one to give you they will give you where to kill yourself. They will give you the what's it called, the knife and everything to kill yourself. But nobody cares. But if you are in United States and Forex has done you well, has done you shaggy, there's always, so that's just it. But at the end of the day, it's just about consistency, just sticking to one thing and just riding it out. And with time, with just you spending more time with it, it gets to get clearer. Like this now, last year, to be honest with you, last year I actually never knew why this leg goes longer. I actually never knew that. I actually never knew why, if we have a fail swing, and if we have a fail swing like this, I actually never knew why those fail swing never goes further. But then we studied with more effort into it. I found out, okay, those fail swings are just to clear the liquidity below to continue their models. So let me check where we are on this trade. Let me see. Before, I'm only targeting ratio 1 to 2, so I need to know where I'm at. Okay, looks like we are very close to TP. Okay, we busted through TP. Okay, so nice. See, this is what I like. This is why I like my EU. So we busted through TP. So I'll go ahead and take my. I'll go ahead and put my what's it called around here. I'll go ahead and put my what is even that? I'll go ahead and lock my position around here. I'm blocking all position around here, and the rest I'm just going to write it out. So I'm going to lock all my positions around here. All my positions are locked somewhere here. All my positions. So lock your position around 15160, and we'll see if we can write the whole thing out. I'm locking my TP around there. What a nice morning. What a nice morning. Wow, this looks sweet. Nice morning right here, guys. Nice morning. Nice one. Nice. You see this reason why sometimes I just have to stick with my baby. Stick with my baby. Locking up position around that area right there. And yeah, locking up position around here, and we'll see if we can write the rest down. We'll see if we can push all the way down to these lows right here. Push down all the way to these lows. And yeah, but everything has been locked right now. If you want to lock 80% of your profit, you can lock 80% of your profit, and we can just write the rest down. So that looks good. That looks very wonderful. Wonderful trade. Wonderful trade. I'm sitting at 1 to 2 right now. I'm even sitting more than 1 to 2. We are currently sitting at 1 to 2.5 right now. We are sitting at 1 to 2.5 right now. Wonderful trade. Good trade. Now we're just seeing if we can target these lows right here. And yeah. Wonderful trade. Yep. So looks like our trade is gonna be so quick today. Because I remember last week was so painful. Last week actually made me like go back. Last week made me to go back and just if I tell you, even what's it called me. I don't think she's live right now. She called me and she was like because I only went to one event during the whole Easter celebration. I have so many places I was supposed to go, but that last week just made me go back to my what's it called, and just like what really happened this week, like because that last week was just so upsetting, and I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the whole of last week for some reason, and it wasn't just in my what's it called, to have a whole week like that. So yeah, but this week hopefully everything looks good. We've right now locked 80% of this profit right here, and yeah, we can take we already above ratio 1 to 2 somewhere right now. We're seeing if we can push the rest. This is our ratio 1 to 2 right here, and we are trying to see if we can push downwards a little bit more, all the way down to this low right here. But as of right now, we've broken our TP at ratio 1 to 2, and hopefully we can push down a little bit further. Right there, and that'll be a nice TP for this morning. That'll be a nice breakfast for this morning. Sweet breakfast for this morning. Let me check my YouTube people, if anybody is on there. It says YouTube is not receiving enough comments. What's going on with YouTube now? Do I even need what kind of what's it called do I need to be streaming? This is mad, oh. This is not looking good at all. Why will you need enough comments? my positions are locked somewhere around here. So I'm just hoping this next candle can push me all the way down. Positions are locked on this 85%. Positions are locked somewhere around here. My positions are locked somewhere around here. We're just hoping we can push down forward, because at the end of the day this market is still is a bullish scenario, so I don't want to, is a bullish scenario, so any sell scalps are just for scalping purpose only. I don't want to be in a position for too long, because last week I did so many mistakes where I was in a position where we already have TP, we are even close to ratio 1 to 2.5, and market end up taking the whole money. So you get, but the whole thing is with this right now we are in a upward trend. We are in an upward trend, so I don't want to be against it and I'm still holding position for long. Are you getting me? So any sales cap is just for me to be in and out. So I don't want to go and, for some reason my YouTube what's it called, has stopped streaming. Imagine, oh, this YouTube, imagine. Okay, it was on the whole time though. So why is this doing this? Okay, it was on the whole time. It was on the whole time. Alright. So the market is kind of reacting from here. Usually when it start reacting from there like that, it might start planning to like take over, because we are sitting on like kind of the 0.5 of the Asian move. So but my position are locked. My ratio 1 to 2 is locked around here. So I'm just hoping it can push us down further. Let us get the first good trade of the week. First good trade of the week, guys. Damn. Tinubu is not making anybody happy now. Only Forex. Only Forex can make Nigerians happy right now. I mean, for those that trade Forex, only Forex can make us happy right now, because it's not looking good. Only Forex can make Nigerians look happy right now. Forex it is. Nice. There we go.
And this day.
Oh, definitely. I just cannot. Huh?
But I'm out with my 1 to 2.
Oh, you out with your 1 to 2. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because I just moved. I moved my what's it called, my stop loss to. That's why I said I moved my stop loss to the 1 to 2, and just see how market plays out. Are you getting me? So I moved my stop loss to right here to the 1 to 2, and see if I can get a little bit more. Are you getting me? So that's what I said I did. Moved my stop loss to 1 to 2. And something else you can also do instead of just closing out is you can close 80% of your position. Are you getting me? So next time, even though you don't, instead of closing everything out, you can just close 80% of your position and see if the 20% will just run out. So just for the case of next time, once we enter a position like that, you can decide to once you've seen your 1 to 2, you can decide to just on your MT5, or you are using C trader, so you can just decide to close some, which is close 80% at 1 to 2. So once you've closed 80% at 1 to 2, you can now leave the rest you can now leave that 20% left, put it at your entry, and see if we can get a push down, maybe doing New York session, because there will be some trade where even New York session will come and it will still be going in our favor. Are you getting me? So instead of just closing the opening out, so that's what I'm about to do right now, because it's almost 8 o'clock and I'll be ending this live. Since we've seen our 1 to 2 for the day, we don't need to force the market, and that'll be because sometimes it helps with the whole thing. See your 1 to 2, take out 80% of your position, and just see if the market can give you whatever it can give you. But I hope you definitely understand the risk of. Do you have any question?
Mm,
Please ask, so because yeah, I know you're an advanced student.
I
Don't say I'm
think
an
I'm an
advanced
advanced
student.
student.
I don't.
I
Don't know
told
why
you
I don't
why I
ask
don't ask
questions.
questions.
Well, yeah, but you kind of understand the scenario I'm coming from when it comes to the risk on and the risk off, right? Like when you are
Yeah.
when there's risk, yeah, when there's even in your daily life, you know what I'm saying? Even in our daily life, when there's bad stuff happening in you. When, okay, for example, now if there's let's say during COVID now, you see a lot of people went to the bank and started removing their money from the bank. I don't know if there was a panic like that going where some people went to, you start panicking. When there's risk, when there's bad thing going on, people panic. People will go and remove their money in the bank and want to put it in their house
Yes.
just in case of, okay, what if I need cash and the bank is not open? I get me some stuff like that. You might, so that's why if there's a panic in the market like that, people will tend to remove their money. Oh, this is a nice trade. This is a nice trade right here. This is a nice trade. This is a nice trade. We are pushing down to 1 to 3 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just for the sake of next time, we are pushing at 1 to 3 right now. So just for the sake of next time, once we are at that 1 to 2, once we are at 1 to 2, just if once you have, even if you are not feeling confident, just close 80% of your position. Are you getting me? Close 80% of your position and kind of leave the rest to run. And you know that, okay, this 20% of my position, I'm just gonna put it at entry. So it's a break-even trade. So that trade now can decide to run, then do all kind of stuff. It might end up going further, even during the york session. Are you getting me? But you know that, okay, you've locked 80% of your position, and whatever happens in next. So that's what I'll be reminding you next time, that always trying to lock 80% of your
And I
position.
always close like partial as well.
Exactly.
I always close partial.
But
But
last week,
last week,
what
what
last week?
last week did you?
Oh, no, 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 no. Well, I'm telling you, last week made me kind of like went back. Listen. If I show you what I did for the last 4 days, I went to read. I had to do more exercise. I had to do more of like psychological, what's it called? Because I even went to review some of my trade that I took last week. Some of the trade last week, I had them. I went to do back tests, so many stuff. Then I saw all the potential trades that was there last week, and most of those potential trades were all of them. At least all of them was all we should want to two. This was on Wednesday. We should want to two. This was on Thursday. Ratio 1 to 2. I think, yeah. So I saw most of them and I was like, you know what? So what happened? Why didn't I take some of this trade? And so I review majority of the reason why some of those trade I didn't take it, or some of those trade end up. I just say, you know what? From this week, what you just have to do is make sure you are locked on your 1 to 2, and if you see extra, that extra is just going to be you telling the market, okay, I've taken some, I'm locking this 80%, and market can decide to do whatever it wants to do. So that is it for this trade for me. Definitely this is ratio 1 to 3, so that is pretty much it. Because markets can, anytime market reach 80% of it tends to do whatever it wants to do. So I'm going to be taking some partials out on this right here, and just leave 20% to run. Okay, so that is pretty much it. We are 8 o'clock already. And yeah, so that's it for today. Um, Hopefully, if we get something good in New York session, we might catch it because majority of the time New York session might give us more of like a we can break if we decide to break this scenario either we can get more of like another we can get like another retest in New York session. Are you getting me? So yeah, so for now we are out of the trade and we've seen which we want to do, and definitely this was a nice morning. It was a nice, at least we started the week good like this. It's very good. It's very very good. We started the week like this. So I hope more profit comes for us this week, and definitely thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to end some of the stream so we can talk better. Let me end my